All righty, we're live. What's going on, Chasers? Today I have the owner and founder of My Colon Cleaner. You guys know that daily fiber you're supposed to be putting in your smoothies, right? You can mix it up with water. You know, you can put it in shakes, whatever you prefer to keep that stomach flat. We have the owner and founder with us today. We're going to talk about healthcare. We'll talk about what happened with Chadwick Boseman a little bit. We'll give our own little take on that and talk about the product. So welcome to the show.
Hi, Storm. Thank you for having me. It's Marsha with My Colon Cleaner. I'm here on today to make certain that we all get this good information and also in tribute as a memorial for Chadwick Boseman. This is a very special time on earth right now. If you have a heart, then you would understand this was an untimely death, one. Two, it was 100% preventable. I feel so bad I didn't get a chance to meet him because I would have helped him as much as I could, but the stages moved so quickly. It was only 2 years ago. We saw him in his suit running around and saving the world. And now the idea that he is gone, it's just, I'm still trying to digest the idea that he came and went that fast at 43. That's very young.
Yes.
And most unfortunate situation for him. And I'm trying to help people avoid the peril that he endured because colon cancer is very painful. And to see him having the wasting syndrome at the end, he lost quite a bit of weight and also several feet of intestines.
Yeah. And at this point here, oh, shoot. There we go.
It was pretty, his death was not an easy thing to see and know about. So I feel so bad for his family, but my condolences to the Chadwick Boseman's family and his wife and his mother. You know, this is a huge loss for the world at whole. It's a huge loss.
Absolutely. And so, Marsha, let me ask you something. What can we do on the preventative side to try to offset things like colon cancers, cancers of the stomach, the intestines, all that stuff? What can we do?
Okay. First of all, what I'm going to say is not going to be easy because easy is not always good. It's going to be kind of hard because you have to challenge yourself and do things that you're not accustomed to doing. And one particular thing is to cleanse your diet and to eat clean. A lot of people will say that they do eat clean. They don't realize that there are hidden factors, hidden ingredients that actually reverse our good health for the worst.
Yes.
So one big thing, and I'll start with the one that most people don't probably want to hear, and it is meat, especially red meat. People don't understand that red meat is not the consumption of red meat puts you at a higher level for cancers of the body overall. So every time you eat it, you're taking a chance that this is adding to what could be disastrous later on in your life. So red meat in particular is very toxic. We have the growth hormones, the steroids, and before I mentioned that the cattle has to look good for them to sell it. So they'll put anything in it. A lot of anabolic steroids to make them look more fit, and lots of water on them. It's a farce how they sell the red meat to us. And then they even have to have a commercial, what's for dinner, beef. It's a reason that they are pushing it on us because they know at the end of the story, the remnants of red meat stay in the gut for 3 to 5 years.
Whoa.
Oh, yes, sir. A beef steak is definitely can stay in for 5 years. Ground beef can stay in for a year. And what happens is it lays on the inner walls of the intestines and it starts to create growths. And initially, it is a mucus that's formed around it, known as the mucoid plaque layer. And this is what Dr. Sebi had reminded us to cleanse the colon for, because that mucoid plaque layer is where the trouble begins. Having too much mucus in the body, we have to remove the mucus from the body.
Yes.
If it stays, then it starts to grow into something very bad. So our product smooths off the inner walls gently and safely so that you're able to have a clean bowel where you're able to go and be regular.
And I'm sorry, I had to cut in and say this. Every time I hear one of us speak about, getting mucus out of your body, having your body more alkaline, it reminds me of who? Dr. Sebi, right?
Yes.
And I like to I always tell the story on the show how I went to the dentist earlier this year or whatever, and this lady acted like it was some new profound thing. She's like, you won't believe it. But by the way, she's white. I don't know if it matters, but it matters. By the way, I went to this convention. We're trying new things out in dentistry, and apparently, you want to have your body alkaline because it helps to prevent this and that. And I'm just like, ma'am, you mean Dr. Sebi? I'm sorry, you go ahead. It made me think of it.
Well, the good news is, since he is the grandfather of this movement, he is the person that brought this into the world to start talking about it. And it's unfortunate, his dilemma at the end, what they did to him. But I wish he was still here so badly, because his movement is still growing. I'm a part of that movement also. An alkaline diet is going to always be the best way because it does not form mucus in the body.
Yes.
But most people will ignore that and have the mucus causing ingredients in their system most of the time. One that you see, gluten, everyone does not understand that gluten is terrible for the body, and it is in most things. So unfortunately, we're exposed to all these things that Dr. Sebi warned us about, and they sneak them into our foods, and then we end up having disease and illnesses and ailments that we could have avoided had we known what we were eating. So I do feel that we have to have an open mind. We have to be willing to grow. We have to be willing to be educated. And a lot of my clients, people that call and want to know more information about the products, they'll tell me that they've heard certain things before, they tried other things. And I tell them that you tried all these things, but you've never tried us.
Yep.
And where we're coming from a good place. And we're trying to help heal a nation. I mean, I'm not global as of yet, but as far as America, I would love to see all of us on the same accord as far as getting our bodies cleansed inside. If we could just clean our colons, that can reverse so many diseases. And a lot of people just don't want to talk about it, and that's what gives life to colon cancer. So on this weekend, it's just coincidence that Chadwick passed, and here we are. We had already planned to do this talk, and for me, I just wanted to have a heart-to-heart with the ladies that were suffering in silence, the males that are suffering in silence. I'm doing this for my kings and my queens of our universe, because that's who we really are, and that's the reason we're targeted so much. That's the reason we're misinformed and miseducated, because they don't want us to know these secrets, because you will live longer, and that longevity they know that you're giving to the world in every capacity, as a mother, a daughter, a father. We are giving, we're givers. So as we're giving, the problem we have is that we don't take time for ourselves, and we have this self-love movement, but people have to understand that movement is about taking care and loving thyself. You have to. You're the first person that hears any idea in your mind. You're the first person to cast out your vibration for the day. Yep. And we have to be cognitive that we have to step in with our best foot forward and walk in excellence. In doing so, there's no way you can lose, because you'll be doing the right thing for your body. Right. So a lot of people live in denial. A lot of people live and they use excuses. I've done it myself, okay? But the reality is that the numbers don't lie. When we get on that scale and we see this number and we're devastated or upset, that is we did that.
Yeah.
We did this. Nobody came and was like, you better eat the cheeseburger. No one forces you to eat more than you really need. French fries, that was my weakness. But the saturated fats that they're frying them in cause cancer. That big red soda, I loved them. But that red soda, the carbon and the sugar causes cancer. So I have a little information here. I'm going to put this back up. You guys can reach me on my Instagram and our YouTube channel. That would be awesome. I have lots of videos and a lot of content. I'm still building, so bear with me. All right. So we're talking about the soda consumption in the United States. This is a huge problem. A lot of people will say, well, I only drink like Canada Dry or ginger ale, and they don't consider that to be a problem. It may have less coloring, but it still has coloring. 1. 2, it's still carbonized. 3, it's using different sugars that our body does not process. I think the biggest misconception is that we're all the same. People think that we're all the same. We're not all the same. Melanated people are not the same as non-melanated people. So we have a melanated diet we should adhere to. And if we did, we would not be falling out and be in the hospital and ICU having strokes, heart attacks, diabetes, high blood pressure, and life-changing illnesses, because we would be doing a service to ourselves to take better care of our health. So they do have the high fructose corn syrup as another warning. When you see HFCS, that is an acronym for the high fructose corn syrup. This is the cheapest of all sugars in the world. Sugar itself is nitroglycerin, and nitroglycerin causes little tiny explosions. If you put a bunch together, you could blow down a building, okay? But it's derived from this, which is something that a lot of people don't know. They hide it in everything. You'll have potato chips with HFCS in it. Like, why do I need sugar in my potato chips? So you want to go with things that are considered naked or clean eating. That's where we need to start. Naked and clean eating.
What about sparkling water? Is that bad for you?
Which one?
Sparkling water.
Sparkling water, it occurs with the actual carbon. So that's an issue. Your safest is going to be the spring water. The spring water is a naturally occurring water where it comes forth from the earth. It has not been touched, only cleansed to make sure there's no rocks and dirt in it, okay? Mineralized water is amazing. Alkalizing water is also very good. But anything that has a fizz, unfortunately, is going to be an issue because that fizz is a chemical. Yeah.
So they said, so stay away from ginger ale. Okay.
Well, it's just, I mean, everything they do to it is a manipulation. Overall, soda is not for us. It was designed for big companies to make lots of money off of our sweet addiction. Our sugar addiction is what brings us to soda.
Yes.
We have to train our taste buds to go for juices that are all natural or whole. That is what's going to be the saving grace. Teas as well. You just don't want to have something artificial in your life.
You're right. Okay. All right. All right.
So we have obesity as being linked to high fructose corn syrup. So when you say, well, how could this happen to me? It's because they're sneaking it in our food. So then obesity creeps up on us, and then we're inundated with excess fat, water, and it just sits on our body, and it makes us miserable. Like when I was a big girl, oh boy, one, I sweated profusely because the toxins that were being released. It wasn't a sweat like I was working out. This was a sweat because I had toxins trapped in my body, and the average person could cool themselves down because they're not overweight. I was overweight. I was morbid. I was on the crest of being morbidly obese. I was considered right at the door, like knocking on morbid obesity. And I have many people in my family that are. It's very hard because I know I started my journey younger than most people, but I took the chance on myself and started the journey. And that's another thing people have to be willing to do. Not everyone is going to be, you know, oh, I eat so good and I eat whole foods only and I don't have sugar in my life and all that stuff that people consider the goody two shoes thing. We're not putting our pinkies up and living with our noses up. What we're trying to do is live longer. why would we not want to live longer? And changing your diet, getting out and being more active, you will live longer. These are facts. This is not something I made up. It's facts.
Because this 600-pound life is a real thing.
Oh boy, and you know,
it starts somewhere. It's a real thing.
Oh yes, indeed. I'm very blessed that my aunt is still with us, but she has actually touched that mark.
Wow.
And yeah, and it's pretty bad. You guys don't know how good you have it. If you're still upright, walking, and overweight, do something about it now. Don't wait, because if you wait, it's nothing but an increase, because the way we're made so magnificently in his image, our skin suit will stretch and stretch and stretch. And when that happens, it's a lot of cellulite. We end up getting conditions connected to it because of toxins that are stored. Those toxins is what leads to diabetes. A lot of people don't get the gist of the fact that a dialysis machine is nothing more than a cleanser for the blood. So I'm very thankful that we have it in this product where our my colon cleaner actually cleanses the blood, the colon, the liver, the kidneys, the spleen, and it removes brain fog. So what I find is that this movement is helping people to cleanse and detoxify their entire bodies.
Yeah.
And that is a wonderful thing. But it only starts the journey with the first step. So I encourage people to go to our website and check us out. We're mycoloncleaner.com. And also, back to my aunt. In reference to my aunt, her husband, unfortunately, my uncle passed away. It just made a year. And he had a heart attack. He had some high blood pressure. He had some obesity issues himself. But this happened as he was driving, and he expired with a heart attack and then had a car accident. So it was pretty bad.
Wow.
But the worst part, Storm, is that my aunt could not go to his funeral. She couldn't go because she could not leave her home. She could not leave her home because she's over 500 pounds. And most people would probably never bring it up or be embarrassed. But I'm not, because everything you see in life is a lesson and a blessing. Yeah. I learned from seeing my aunt trapped in her home because she's too big to walk through the front door. They would have required a crane and 8 to 12 people and a 2-week reservation for an ambulance to take her to the funeral home to see off her husband. And to me, I don't know, I'm blessed to be here, but God puts you where he wants you. And I was right there to witness my aunt not be able to go to see her husband off to glory. And it just broke my heart. So it made me fight harder to help healing people, to give them the tools that they would need so that they can be winners in this obesity battle, because that's what it is.
It is. It really is.
Yes. So the diabetes thing, it bothers the entire body. It's not just the blood. It transforms our skin, even the tissues in our mouth. So orally, we suffer with diabetes. Most people have more cavities when you have diabetes. And basically, you have to consider it's the sugar that's doing this. If you're not born with it and have it as heredity, the type 2 is the one that you want to reverse, as I did mine.
Yes.
So in a soda, you will find aspartame, which is not good. Aspartame is a cancer-causing agent, always has been and always will be. The type 2 diabetes is linked to aspartame. They did a 14-year study of over 68,000 women, and they found increased amounts of regular and diet soft drinks was linked with a greater increase of acquiring type 2 diabetes. It was found that there was an even greater risk with diet soft drinks. I have clients that think that's a better way, and actually they target that demographic of people that are trying to lose it with even more chemicals. So the artificial sweetener, aspartame, produced an influx of glycemia, having raised the insulin levels more so than sucrose, which leads to an increased risk of diabetes. So they're exposing our lives with every sip. And who can stop this? Only we can. We have two holes, one going in, one going out. It's up to us to stop bad things coming into our bodies.
Yes.
So they also linked non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and multiple myeloma and leukemia linked to aspartame. So you have people that could be thin as a rail, and they're like, well, why do you have diabetes? It's because what they're putting into their bodies. Not every diabetic is heavy set.
Okay.
So overall, they're just a heartless industry that wants to see us sick and on medication. Yeah. So I have a few notes. I would like to, anyone who has utilized our product, please feel free to give us a holla, a review, tell other people what you felt and what it has done for you.
Right. Gina Fuller said, I noticed so many people using walkers or a cane.
Yes, yes. It's the weight. I have a sister that ambulates with a walker. It's the dynamics of how we're built. Once you have so much weight on your frame, you have to kind of tilt forward to hold yourself up. And it's even worse if you have bigger bosoms than the next lady, because that is all fat.
Yeah.
Our fat materials are in our breast for breastfeeding. When we exceed our bodily weight limit, the BMI, the body mass index, when we exceed our body mass index, the body parts start growing out freakishly, actually. So you have people that have I saw the picture you have there of the woman with the huge legs there.
Right.
You can't imagine that she really has the same frame as you and I. It's just that she's blown hers out with all this artificial and processed foods, and fast foods especially. Now, I'm thankful that I beat my cane, my walker, and my wheelchair. Excuse me, because I literally had, I'm sorry. I literally had the obesity that caused my body to not be the correct size. I'm turning this off. I think my client didn't understand that it was a link we needed to give her.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of people are like, well, how do you get big? How could someone blow up like that? I would never be that person. You ain't gonna see me be big like that. I'm good. The reason that it happens, and I'm talking in record numbers, is because people are depressed. Depression plays a great part in our weight. We have a lot of people that are emotional eaters.
Yes.
A lot of people that go straight for that ice cream when they get happy. So imagine, when I'm sad, I eat. When I'm happy, I eat. Then how in the world can you win?
You can't.
There's no way to win. And the worst thing is, you know, it's almost like having a gun and shooting yourself with it. Like, seriously, the gun is the food. You can use it to protect yourself and make sure nothing happens by eating the right foods. Or if you turn it on yourself, you can expire. The whole point is that the power is ours. Don't pull the trigger on your health. Take it seriously. A lot of people think that the industry itself is money motivated. Not every company is money motivated. Some people really care, and I'm thankful I'm one of them. I have people that call me all times of the day and night in reference to questions about colon care. And I am happy to answer, because I remember personally being affected and having to worry about everything I put in my body and how long it takes. Is it going to come out? It's a very scary place to be if you consider that you're alone in that bathroom. You know, there's not somebody in there coaching you. You know, go Marsha, go Marsha. No one's going to coach you to make number two. You have to be your own coach and your own cheerleader when it comes to being in that bathroom and making the right decisions in the kitchen as well.
Right.
So it's really a big responsibility to take care of all this body. But if you do it right, you won't have any problems. A lot of people my age have a lot of problems. And they were laughing at me when I told them don't eat pork. Like pork, the other white meat, they need that. It's the other white meat.
Yeah.
It's not for us. It's not for us. And people tell me that I have to pry their dead hands off the pork chop. And don't get me wrong, I know pepperoni is awesome, you know, from years back, but I did find a turkey pepperoni that works for me. And you still have to be careful because the nitrates is what gives the flavoring for that zesty pepperoni, even the turkey pepperoni. So you have to find an all-natural offering. In everything you do, find an all-natural offering at the lowest price possible. That's the reason I'm able to keep my diet going for all these years. Or I should say my lifestyle. You know, it's a healthy lifestyle that is incorporating all of these things. We actually have our own salt. It's the pink Himalayan salt. Very, very necessary because regular table salt, the white salt, no good. And if you don't believe me, read the Bible, okay? Back in the day when Lot had his wife, she disobeyed the command. He said to walk and not to look back when they were leaving Babylon, you know, when they were leaving Sodom and Gomorrah. And the wife was like, I'm gonna look back. And she looked back and she turned into what? Salt. That salt is the same salt that we're pouring on our food right now. We are not to use white salt. And he did that, and Lot was so mad. Like, that was my wife. That was my boo. How dare you? Why is my wife gone? And for that, he gave Lot his name forever for it to reign. His name to this day, you might say it every single day. I'm going to park in the parking lot. I'm going to buy a lot of things. I'm going to buy a lot of my colon cleaner, you know?
Yeah.
The word Lot is a blessing that was given after a curse. The curse was his life being turned into salt. So I avoid white salt, white sugar, white flour. It's how you go about things. And when it comes to the liquids, the water itself is clear. Every scientist in the world cannot explain to you the miracle of water and why it's so very important for us and how we can't live without it.
Okay. Now, what else we got going on?
Yes, indeed. So I hope and pray that everyone will take this message seriously and put a vested investment into what they're putting into their mouth. So a lot of times when I'm speaking, I swear I get so nervous because I'm not a professional, y'all. I just know a lot because I've been through a lot. And I would like, a lot, see?
Did it there?
Yeah. So I would hope that everyone could learn from what I went through and the mistakes and the traps that were set up for me so that you guys can avoid them going forward.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wanted to leave it open here for a little bit.
Sure.
I feel like I think we hit some good stuff today. I just want to allow them to ask health questions or questions about your product.
Yes.
And let's see here. And I'll put the link in just in case anybody wants to come in and join or ask a question. Because you guys never know. Like maybe if you're having an issue, you know, and we can, I mean, we're not doctors. I play a doctor. I'm not an actual doctor.
Yes.
Now I'll tell you for me, Marsha, one thing I did for a while is I went pescatarian, then I went vegetarian for a while, and I couldn't take it anymore because I was like so tired. I was so tired, and then my weight plateaued anyway. So I was like, what am I doing here? So I've been back to like the pescatarian stuff, but
How long did you go?
Vegetarian, I was about 2.5 months.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah.
definitely needed protein.
Yeah.
Protein is the reason that I came back. I did 5 years, and boy, did I made so many changes. It was so hard. The first week I thought I might die because I'm like, how can I not eat meat? I was scared. The first week I was scared. And the thing is, you just take it a day at a time. And what we have is a 7-day vegan challenge where you incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet for just 7 days and see how it feels. A lot of people with the vegan lifestyle or vegetarian lifestyle, pescatarian lifestyle, avoiding the red meat lifestyle.
Yeah.
A lot of the medications they no longer need. They gain more energy because they're eating life, not death. And overall, like I said before, if you love animals, you can't eat them.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. SS, you got a question here?
Actually, I just wanted to say I used her product before, and I wanted to thank you, Storm, for putting her on a show where I could be able to watch her. Because the first time that I actually watched the show with her on it, like it changed me for good. I'm so serious. I stopped eating ramen noodles. I
Yes.
stopped eating meat. I started drinking more water. I got her product probably about 2 weeks later. And I mean, when I say I was chronically constipated, I was definitely so backed up. And like when you get that relief, you all of a sudden have more energy. Like I suffer from depression, and like I started to have more energy. I actually work out a little bit more now. Like I'm up to walking 2 miles. I was never really overweight, but for my size, I was overweight. And since I've been using the product, I can say I lost 15 pounds. Before that, I was going to the gym for 2 years and I wasn't seeing any results, and doing just the minimum walking and a little light working out doing that in the house since the quarantine. I definitely see the difference. And I just want to thank both of you guys because she's very nice. She's very helpful, And I also take blood thinners. So, I mean, and it hasn't affected my blood work, since I've been taking it. I could actually say I was going like every 2 weeks, but now I'm at the point where I'm going once a month to get my blood test. So, like, it's actually a great product. And anybody who suffers from constipation or even not making a regular bowel movement every day is something I would definitely say to try, but drink a lot of water if you do so, because I've had my family try it who hasn't stuck with it, but I've been sticking with it. But if I drink like 2 bottles of water after I drink it, I put in like a shake with a banana and put in the blender and then drink like 2 bottles of water like right after that. By the next morning when I wake up, I'm moving my bowel movement with no problem. And like she said, you don't have to squat over or anything. You can sit straight up and it comes right out. No bubbly stomach, no roughness or anything like that.
That is good. That is good. That is a real testimonial we just had there. That's beautiful.
Thank you so much. To hear that, I'm sitting over here like I'm not gonna cry on your show, but this is why I do what I do. Every step of the way, I'm thinking of my people. I want us to be healed, and I'm so thankful that you called in. Congratulations on your breakthroughs, and we're just beginning. It's going to be so many more great products that will be helping everyone's health, and it's just a blessing to hear that. Thank you.
Thank you, SS.
You're welcome. And good luck with your success. And good luck, Storm.
Thank you so much.
You guys have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. God bless you.
Bye-bye. Same to you.
I have to say, when it comes to them ramen noodles, you definitely have to stay away from them. Like I grew up on them, and I used to make like you guys are gonna hate me. This was my stuff. The ramen noodles, you get the spicy chicken brand, then you season it good. You take like leftover ground meat that you had. Like I even used to do like fried bologna, which is the worst. And then scrambled eggs, mix it in, and then Velveeta cheese to go in it as well and melt it through, and then like a whole thing of Flamin' Hot Cheetos on top.
Woo! Oh boy. You know what? I'm so glad you're not doing that no more because we want to see some little storms one day, and we can't get to the little storms with eating like that. You want a healthy sperm cell. And the thing about the hot Cheetos in particular and the complete Cheetos industry. Not only are the colors and flavoring artificial, but they can cause fertilization problems.
Oh.
Yes, there are children, and we've only had one person in our family that expired at a young age. He was 10 years old, and cancer came and took him away. And I was sitting here like, how in the world? He's only 10. But the thing is, I recall his diet, and you know, PK, preacher's kids, we get everything, you know, all the good stuff that the church give us.
Right.
And in particular, they were giving a lot of candy, a lot of chips and things, and that is what I believe did him in. And had he had an organic diet, I believe that Jonathan would be here right now.
Yeah, he probably. I mean, I don't know him, but honestly, if he, yeah, I mean, because that stuff does cause us cancer. You're not lying. Peaches Royale, what's going on, Peaches? Oh, if it'll let me unmute her.
Is she?
Okay. Did she mute herself or she froze?
I'm gonna grab some lip gloss.
Okay. What's going on, Peaches? Oh, she popped off. Okay, well, that's cool. Let's see if we got any more questions here. Yeah, her mic might have been tripping. PK, y'all, wow. You know when it comes to people in the church, they be having just a plethora of food all the time.
I once saw an entire back load of a truck full of Hershey's Kisses and candy bars. Blew my mind. But that's the first thing that came to my mind when I thought about his death. That I recalled that happening, and it was unfortunate. It's just, I believe it was contributed from those kind of things. You know, the overabundance of saturated fats and artificial flavorings. That's what does us in. You know. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you guys use on your lips, but I know right now the lipstick or lip gloss industry is going bananas. And if they can do it in an organic way, kudos to them. But what I found that works and is very good is the vitamin E. Vitamin E, just a regular vitamin E stick.
Wow.
Yes, vitamin E is amazing, a great emollient, and also beauty attributes inside of us. We take that vitamin E cap, is very good for our bodies. The thing is, though, when you get a natural thing, it should be bare, and this is bare. When you go in for the lip glosses, even if they're clear, they do contain cancer-causing agents. So a lot of people are like, well, how could I be at risk? I don't do nothing wrong. I eat good, I drink good, I sleep good. But if you're putting on a toxic lip gloss every 2 hours, you're feeding your body cancer. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want to tell you guys you can't do all the fun stuff. But find a better way, like I said, find something that's all natural at the lowest price possible. So these are going to be some giveaways also in our this telecast as it goes forward. Anyone who purchases today will receive a free vitamin E stick, because I want you guys to see and feel the products. And I'm also putting in more samplings so that people can benefit from the product line and understand how to use them and what they can do for their bodies. So I'm still working a lot on my literature to put into the packs. We also brought in a compostable, it can go into it's compostable. This is a compostable teaspoon. I would like for everyone to understand that going forward, we're going to include this in every order. So you can just do one leveled teaspoon to take the product. A lot of people are saying that it's a very thick thing here. But actually, when you take it correctly at just 1 teaspoon, it's quite palatable. It has no taste, and it goes down clean without a grit or a burp up. So nice. The spoons going down.
What's going on, Peaches?
Okay, there's Peaches.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm eating breakfast with hubby, y'all, so I can't stay long. And I didn't realize I had my earbuds in. Hey, everybody.
Hi there, Peaches.
So I'm an ICU nurse of 13 years, and I just wanted to share with the Storm Chaser family that everything that, is it Miss Aisha? No, Miss Marsha?
Yes.
Yes, Marsha, like
Yes,
the great.
everything she is speaking on is all facts, all truth. And we definitely need to start taking care of our bodies. And what corporate America, let's put it that way, I won't say the other name, tells us it's not true. All it is they want us to be dumbed down, not in the know, not be educated, so that we can continue to get sick, so that we continue to go to the doctors and hospitals, continue to need the medications, to continue to make them rich. And we got to stop. We have to wake up. We have to get educated. We have to get in the know. And I just want everybody to know, please watch What the Health on Netflix. It's so eye-opening. So eye-opening. And you
What the hell? It supersized me also. It's really good too.
Yes, it is.
I can't really hear. But listen, I'm going to keep it short. I just wanted to tell everyone that. And I did have a question for Miss Marsha. Is my colon cleaner like a laxative, so to speak? That was my question.
Okay, great question. Thank you so much for asking. All right, this product softens your waist. I would go with no. It's not an actual laxative. We do have an herbal lax in our line. We have a 30-day offering in our line, which is made from fruits and vegetables and peppermint oil as well. But what it does is softens your waist. It softens your waist, and it also swells 40 times its size. So that's the issue when people are mixing it, and if it sits, it gets thicker. Well, that thicker action is not supposed to take place in the cup. It's supposed to take place inside of you. When it does get thicker, it swells. It starts to get all of the slooping off of the toxicity inside of the colon. That's the action of the product, to soften and to sloop off old waste. And it carries it out through the back door. And it does it in a timely fashion and a very clean drop when you go to the restroom. It's not a pushing or grunting. It is so simple when you go to the restroom. It's so much easier, but it's not a laxative. I consider my product to be fiber therapy. It's fiber therapy, and it's all natural, organic, and very safe to use, ages 6 months to age 94. Storm, I had a 94-year-old lady from the Jewish community have a tremendous breakthrough with this product. And I was like, oh my goodness, she hadn't had a movement in over 2 weeks.
Wow.
Oh, yes. Wow. All right. So as far as our fellas, our men, I need you guys to know, we hear you. We know that you exist. We're not ignoring you. In reference to our product, I can tell you we had a breakthrough with a 74-year-old plus person that needed to cleanse their bowels because they were facing testicular cancer. Now, how could the testicular cancer numbers drop when he started to cleanse his colon? First of all, they're very close together by nature. And the toxicity in the blood is what the issue is about the testicular cancer. So when I administered the product for over a year, his numbers dropped down so far, he didn't have to have surgery where they actually put nuclear medicine into his situation, and it would have been nuclear and he would have had a reaction from that. So what we did is cleanse his colon very well. Those numbers dropped down, and he didn't have to have the surgery on his prostate. So that was very good. I mean, he dodged a bullet because he found our company.
Nice. And that's beautiful. So okay, so before we head out, we're gonna wrap up here. Do I have a coupon code for the Michael?
We're gonna put that coupon code up. You know what? I want to do a 15%, if that's okay. I want you guys to benefit from the product, and also you guys have a free gift coming also, and samples, and I can program that right away. I just, we changed the time so quickly, but we're going to have it all set up. So let me do that now. And I do want to let you know we still have our detox caps. This is the same formula as the powdered version, but it's capsulized so that you can take it on the go with ease. And once you get going and flowing, when you're in the bathroom, we have our Royal Flush Spritz. This one is going to be on our website, and it is essential oils. It's 100% organic, and it smells wonderful. We do have a gummy multivitamin. This one is strawberry. It's so delicious. Just one a day, and it's awesome. You receive enough for 30 days there. And our fat burner. I cannot leave without telling you about our fat burner. Everyone's worried or asking what's in it. All the list of ingredients are going to come with it so you can see all the ingredients are all natural occurring. I believe in this product because I've had breakthroughs with it as well. I incorporate this with my smoothies and my drinks that I put the fiber into as well. So my colon cleaner, we're growing and we're trying to help everyone. We appreciate all the feedback. We have several other products available on our website, and our detox caps are in. We also have the beetroot, which is for stamina.
Nice, nice.
So
Okay.
we have the salt there. We have a salt-free seasoning. I call it our soul seasoning, and it's wonderful. You'll be surprised how far you can go without salt. I encourage you all to switch out the white stuff and go for the right stuff, which is all brown. And that's with the sugar as well as wheat flour. And for salt, you can do the pink stuff, but they also have the naturally occurring sea salt. If you're gonna go with the white, you can do a sea salt. So that's it. I showed you guys everything I got. Also, oh, ladies, grapefruit. If you want, and gentlemen, if you want to jumpstart your flush, please bring grapefruit into your life. This is such a wonderful life-sustaining fruit, and it cleanses the blood as well. Now, if you're on blood thinners, you cannot take grapefruit if you're doing any blood thinners. But if you're not, this is a wonderful addition to a healthy diet.
And last question here. Ebony said, do you have anything for pregnant women to use?
Okay, our pregnant ladies can benefit still from this product. This is all natural. Both of my daughters, I birthed both of their babies all natural, and they both took this during and after their births, because when you're pregnant, the way that the baby is sitting, it makes it hard for the fluid to go through into your intestines. So this helps to pull things along and keep you regular when you're already uncomfortable being pregnant. It's not an easy thing. I have 4 children. Oh boy, being pregnant, I took this. The whole point is it's safe, it's gentle, it will not hurt you, and it will keep you from being constipated. We're trying to kill all levels of constipation. Our offerings are all natural. We don't have anything that hurt anyone on our website.
Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on, Marsha. We had a good, informative show. Check out her YouTube channel, My Colon Cleaner, where she'll be giving you guys more health tips over there, gut tips. She don't talk about some of everything over there, but go get educated. Go get educated. Follow her on IG, My Colon Cleaner 123. Of course, the website is constantly being put in the chat here. It's in the description box as well. And that's it, guys. It was nice having you on.
Thank you all. Thank you all. God bless you and keep you, and stay safe out there, and take good care of yourself. We need the best health right now and nutrition in our lives so we can battle this COVID-19 epidemic.
Absolutely. I will tell you, I know the rest of the year, it's going to be what it is, but I can't wait until 2021. And I just hope that I hope we get to leave the house. I'll say that.
Exactly. It would be really nice. And you guys, make sure, crank up that music and sing. Try to sing every day. It's a wonderful exercise for your lungs, because we have to strengthen our immune system, guys. Very, very important. We have multivitamins on the website also that are organic and good for you.
All right. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much for coming on. You have a good one now.
Yes. Stay blessed. God bless. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. All right.